we have any minutes?
I didn't remember that containment, that storage unit was gonna be that much for the fairgrounds.
Look,
7,500 or
that was 8,000, wasn't it?
was it 8,000?
I thought. Let's see.
But that's all grant money, isn't it?
Grant and donations.
Yeah, 75.
75?
Mm-hmm.
I'm good, I didn't hear back from them, so you
Oh.
can take me off the
Okay.
agenda.
All
Morning,
right.
guys.
Thanks, Amanda.
Yep.
What'd she say?
She was waiting to hear back from a gentleman about what she was gonna talk to us about, and he didn't get it back to her, so she's not gonna come in, she'll come in next month.
Okay.
See this child advocacy deal. I love their wording. If we give them $4,000 in tax dollars, they'll give free service to the people of Cheyenne County.
Yeah.
I don't know where the 4,000 comes from.
Yeah.
they the ones in here last month? Aren't they the ones that have the buses and?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen them motorhomes? They're big.
Your daughter go to school?
It's August 14th or something.
That's about the time Jordy goes back. McKenna probably too.
Yeah.
Jess is about a week before the others.
Honestly.
Good morning.
You guys okay with the minutes and warrants?
Yeah.
You might want to look at,
Do you want to look at, oh, we don't have minutes. You want to look at the warrants?
I can. I mean, you can go ahead and approve them if they're okay. Just so my signature. Thank you.
You want to go ahead and approve the minutes and warrants? She's just going to let you know.
Yeah, okay, I'll make a motion to approve minutes and warrants.
second?
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes and warrants. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Did you have anything to do?
I don't have anything for my little portion. Mine's later on in the agenda.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
All I have is wage agreement.
And this is what we've been paying them, isn't it?
No, that's, yes, but combined
Okay.
into one.
Everybody got one of these, didn't they? Okay.
Move we approve the wage agreement with Ryan Murray.
You second it? You second it?
Oh, yeah. I second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded on the wage agreement for Ryan Murray. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay.
K-Camps and the weather out, saying that with the high inflation, they're gonna raise 6.8% this year on insurance.
How many dollars is that?
I'd have to go back, find the original bill.
The way it scares me about this is this is a pool system. If it's something massive happens to us, say Rollins, Colby, there's only so much money set aside for like courthouses. So if all 3 courthouses have to be rebuilt, it's first come, first serve. That's what scares me about the pool systems. And that's the way they do this. As a governmental risk pool.
So if you're last, then there's no money. You're
Right,
out of luck.
you're done, yeah.
Didn't we go with Friends for a while?
Yeah, we did. I think in 14, I was in here when.
I think kind of the reason we went back is because of the legal advice that they would
Yeah.
give.
You're gonna kick up the property deductibles from 1,000 to 5 to 10,000 now. Oh. That's the annual premium, that's what it's gonna go up. You saw they're gonna raise the hail deductibles.
They're not doing that anymore.
It's a pretty big jump.
That it is.
Okay. Good, because we already passed them.
They are fine.
It's going up 75.
Plus they raised the deductible on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really going up more than 75.
I know a few counties were saying they were gonna look, see what else.
Did we kind of use K-Camp pretty hard when we were going through that treasurer deal? That's where they come in big time.
They are very resourceful, or helpful when it comes to personnel issues. And the new guy is very responsive.
Just a reminder that Tris and I will be out tomorrow and Friday for election training in Goodland. And that's all I have.
We wanna get Steve in?
If he's here.
So your office should be closed for a couple days?
No, I'll have somebody in here.
Those are my first TIG welds with a spool gun. They didn't turn out too bad. Welding aluminum is not fun.
Is that the stuff you gotta drink milk with when you're welding?
Drink milk with it?
Yeah, or, because I had this friend who used to weld galvanized steel,
Uh-huh.
and then have to drink milk so you don't get sick.
Oh, it could be, I'm not sure. I know it's not good to breathe that stuff in. I've been cutting sheets on my plasma table and I just leave the shop. Thank you. My son found a fish and he put it in a snow shovel. It was this long. And at the point it was bit in half, it was that wide. And it was a black bass. It was bit in half. Real smooth cut, and then you could see what was ripped. I didn't know if the muskie was still alive until that.
In your pond?
Mm-hmm. I had a picture of it. I dropped my phone in the pond and I don't have it.
Took all my family on their Christmas trip the other day. Rode that car train.
Hi, Steve.
Dave?
Georgetown.
Come on up.
All the pizza and Ojo. Holy cow. 5-pound pizzas.
Holy cow, this, I feel excellent.
We ate 3 5-pound pizzas and 1 3-pound pizza.
Holy cow.
That was 20 of us. On bread.
Steve, is that what you need?
Yeah, I think so. I guess, not sure how to proceed on this. Do we want to just send that over to Dundee County and let them look at it before we approve it? Or approve our end of it and send it to them and,
I think we could go ahead and approve it and send it to them, and then if they have any
yeah,
corrections or
with the
such.
option to,
Yeah,
if they need to amend it or want something different. then
right.
We'd have to revisit it.
And you bring their revised edition back for another.
Okay. I'm gonna read it here, if you
Right.
don't mind.
Okay.
I think that.
I mean,
what
it's
we're
it's pretty
after, yeah.
straightforward.
Exactly.
In regards to who has what responsibility, which is nice.
Yep, yeah. And they just, I think KDOT just wanted it in a formal agreement. So they're just trying to do away with like duplication of efforts on tracking and who's doing what on the bridges, so.
Because I wasn't sure who would sign on behalf of the state of Nebraska, so that's why I did it that way.
Okay.
And Dundee County knows this is coming.
I spoke with the road supervisor about it.
I move we approve the agreement between Cheyenne County and Dundee County on bridges,
Border Bridge.
on border bridges.
I'll second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded for the agreement with Dundee County. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All
I got
opposed?
you listed now. Ryan Rogers.
We have to have that number.
Do I need to test?
I think so.
Yes.
Did I send you a picture of that fish that was bit in half?
Yes.
Do you have it? My phone fell in the pond when I was on my zip line.
I can't remember which phone. I don't have my personal phone if it was on that, which it might be.
I mean, that head on that fish was like that. Huge fish.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Enormous. I think it might be on my other phone.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. It's on there.
So that was straight teeth cut, and there was ribs above that, but that's a snow shovel, and there's probably that much of the fish missing. Thing eats ducks when they land.
It eats ducks?
Mm-hmm.
And what is this thing?
Muskie is.
Yeah, but it's, I don't know, are they hybrid?
Oh, that could be a tiger muskie.
I didn't know if a tiger muskie was a hybrid. I know who put it on in there finally.
All right, I've got, next, just latest expenditures. Let's see, I'll go with Road Bridge first. On the card service, that was, the 3-inch pump and, some marking flags, the wire marking flags that we use. 2 items. And then the Penco bill, that was for drainage study up on Road BB 20.5. And we replaced the culvert. And we were just discussing whether we would try to send that on to Murphin in addition to the repair invoice. It came in about the same time we completed that and sent it to them, so this wasn't included. I almost think it should be. And I have not heard back from them. on
Did you
that.
say PP in 20?
Road BB?
BB.
Yeah,
Okay.
20.5. And then some gravel tickets that came in late. Should have been processed in December, and I missed those.
You didn't have to put a new culvert in there, did you?
Oh, we did, yeah.
You put a new culvert in.
Yeah, arch culvert, I can't remember the dimensions exactly, but I think about equivalent of a 8.5 foot round pipe. And that culvert alone cost, I think it was 11,500. And the total bill was, we were just talking about that, apologize, I don't have the exact amount, but it was roughly 32,000 for replace and repair. We're just waiting to hear back from them on that. They said they were gonna review it. And this is the solid waste expenses summary for last month. We had a mower deck that needed replaced on the riding mower. It was shot, literally just wore through from sand and gravel, if you want to call it that. And the front part of the deck just folded and collapsed.
I was out there when Dave Byron showed it to me. It was a mess.
Yeah, there's no, my understanding, I'm familiar with those mowers and those decks. I don't think you can really weld those things. There's not that kind of metal.
Right.
And it was beyond that. Any other questions on those? I did want to bring up, as far as some future road repairs on what I call the South River Road, or RS 877, southwest of town, where it's broken out over that concrete culvert. I've been in conversations with Kenny Sweeney from Sweeney Pavement Management, and then also just recently with Casey with McCormick's, the ones that do the city here. And between talking to the two, and I also Brock, he's the one I think that pointed me in the direction of Casey. They'll be doing some repairs in September in town here, and I, over the phone, verbally spoke with Casey about the possibility of us getting some hot mix from them to fill in where that's broken out west of town. It's about that half mile before you get off the oil, you know what I'm talking about. We're hoping to cut it on either end, probably about anywhere from 50 to a 100 foot stretch, and replace it with the hot mix, 6-inch thick by 23.5 foot. And then by either 50 to 100 foot of the asphalt. And McCormick quoted actually a total cost to deliver, lay it, and roll it of $130 a ton, and at a minimum we'd need about 44 tons, and it came to $5,720, which to me seems fairly reasonable. I was expecting it to be considerably more. Biggest problem with that stretch is there's just nothing underneath that existing road that gives it any support, if you will, when you have that kind of truck traffic. When we were patching that, you could see the trucks going by, you could just see the ground literally moving. It was almost like a waterbed as they were going over in some of those spots. So I think with the hot mix, we could probably gain a lot by getting that patched, and that's probably one of the worst stretches on that road. I mean, hard to draw the line where you start and stop, but I think at a minimum, 50 feet of that would go a long way to help that stretch right there. Because there's right over the concrete culvert, box culvert, and then you go a little bit to the west there, and there's a couple of patches that are really alligatored out, and a couple of them are opening up again. And so it's my hope we would probably do the removal, we could go in and cut, we'd have to rent a concrete saw and come in and we could clear that out. The only thing will just be timing, because we'll have to close the road, obviously, and have a detour set up. And then just being sure that McCormick will be there when they say they'll be there. That got me a little concerned. And I want to visit with Casey again about it, and try and get something a little more formal put together, something down in writing, and go from there. But right now, that's the plan for that. We'll still proceed with our chip seal out there, but
There's a couple of them getting real dangerous.
yeah, they're getting bad.
They're deep and, whoa.
What I'd like to do in between also is use our existing cold patch, and we'll probably rent a saw and go out and cut some of those really bad spots out, dig them out and fill it. Because some of that material in there right now just holds water, and that's part of the problem.
Well, with just this wet spring we had, it gets down through the cracks on that oil and all of a sudden it busts out.
Yeah.
There's probably about 6 holes now in it.
Opening back, yeah, there's some of it existing.
They're little, but
They'll get bigger.
They're gonna get bigger too.
Yeah. So that's our plan there. So I'll keep you posted on that. And then the last item would be the possibility of the tractor replacement. We had our quotes, I think I showed you those in the last meeting. I didn't know if you had any other thoughts, any other questions on that. I believe I recommended that we would go with the trade on the John Deere. We trade off our New Holland TS 6140. Net trade value is gonna be $47,500. And then and not trade the Alice, we would keep that. And then the John Deere 7510, the one that's got the transmission issues, we would get $15,000 for that. And the trade difference came to, it would be $34,290.94. I take that back, $34,790.94. I think the quotes are still good till the end of July, so we don't have to. I don't have them with me. I left some of the numbers in my other pickup, my personal pickup.
I think I took mine to my office.
I did look to see just kind of what that New Holland TS 6140 was going for at auctions, at least what the sold prices were. And there's a pretty big range. And I'm not gonna quote exact numbers, but it was, I think 3 quotes or sold prices were lower than this 47.5, and then there was 4 others that were a little higher than the 47.5. So that's why I think it is in that range of a fair price to take a trade on that instead of us trying to sell it.
30.
Pardon?
Yost wanted to give you 30.
Correct. Yep.
And they're wanting to give you 47.5.
Yeah. And I think that's there's always a chance you could do better if you sell it, auction it off, or it sells, but I would opt for taking a trade.
You gotta add 10 to 15% to sell it.
So that's why I'd still stay with the recommendation that we trade the John Deere 7510 and the New Holland TS 6140.
Well, I guess what I'm thinking is we're gonna have a lot of hard mowing. I mean, these road ditches have got a lot of grass and weeds coming. And we might need another tractor.
We've used them in the past. And we'd still be going down one tractor,
I know,
trading the
but-
two, which is, I
But
think
we
we're
got a,
okay
we
with
got a
that.
better tractor.
Better
Correct,
tractor, more
yeah.
dependable.
I'm still concerned about budget, but
It's tight.
we gotta have some
And-
equipment.
The expense coming out of our equipment fund, I'm not real thrilled about that, because as I mentioned before, we have graders that we need to address in the coming year, but I think we're, barring any other surprises, I think we'd still be able to do something with that. I guess,
Well, if we got a tractor that their transmission's going out of it, we better move it. Maybe you don't.
Well, I like the idea of having something new if we need it, so, no troubles. So,
request that we trade the 7510 and the New Holland TS 6140 for the John Deere 6135E.
what was the New Holland's number, I'm sorry?
It's the model number is a
Yes.
TS6 140. They
Okay.
actually go by. I'll double check on the,
We need a motion on that.
Yes.
Roger, were you making a motion on that?
I'll move that we purchase John Deere with a balance due of 34,790.94. Does that sound right?
yeah, I was gonna double check that. Get that correct amount. So I was just doing that in my head. Plus 25. Calculator on the phone does not work the best.
You can use this, Steve, if it's better.
I might do that. You touch the key and then you think it goes, but it doesn't go. $34,790.94. Trade difference.
It's been moved and seconded to
Calculator work.
trade the 7510 and New Holland TS6-140 off with American Implement with the difference of $34,790.94. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed?
And Steve, I got this in regards to the frontage road from a KDOT attorney.
First 2 weeks of July. They don't have a date. Is that-
No, I
Okay.
wanted
No,
to.
no, yeah, I think I know which stretch they're talking about, but I'll wait.
Yeah, it's just from that city limit sign around the corner by the car wash.
Yeah, down to the east there.
Right.
Okay. All right. Yep, hold on. Can I hang on to this?
Yeah, you can have that if you want to respond to him.
Yeah.
Because I think it'd be more beneficial if you go than
Sure.
I do.
Yeah, that would be good. I'll plan on that. Okay.
Steve, I have a kind of a request, but I don't want to say you got to do it. But Dave, in the past, would come in and he'd show us what roads he thought he was going to gravel that year in each district, which ones he was going to elevate. And it was kind of nice to have that map.
Oh, okay.
Then, you know what I'm saying? And then-
Yeah,
And then if somebody asks me, man, my road, and I can say, well, we're planning on elevating, we're planning on graveling. And even the nice thing about it too, I gotta look and see if maybe my district was getting shorted on gravel or
okay.
I can show, now we're doing the same in every district. You know, we're not getting cheated. And
Well,
that's, it's not something we gotta do, I always thought that was kinda nice.
Well, we've
to
got
have.
that map, and I'll see that it gets to you. It might be in the annual report, but I'm not sure
I
if it's,
think it,
I don't know if it has the projected, for 2023 from last year.
does it make sense to you that we
Oh,
just,
yeah,
it just gives us something to talk to people with?
no, I'd be more than happy to,
And you're
Bring
gonna,
that in.
you do it anyway, so,
yep,
thank you.
do
I
that.
appreciate it.
As far as the quality part, I mean, it does, from year to year, it may not be exactly.
No, it's
Yeah.
not gonna be exact,
Because I
no.
know there's some territories that didn't see anything for a while, so now we're trying to address some of those, and so it may take away a little bit.
And there's just certain roads that have more traffic, and they have to be taken care of.
Yes, I can get that to you all.
I appreciate it.
All right. Anything else?
Have a good 4th of July, bud.
Thanks, you too.
Is that coming up? Is that coming up? 4th of July?
Good morning. Thank you guys for not cringing when I walk in again. Oh, you're not so
You said we didn't cringe.
What?
You did before
You
we
said we didn't cringe.
came in, right?
So I wanted to do a couple of things today, provide an update of where we're at, and then come back at you with something else. So I do apologize. I wanted to thank Scott very, very much. They came through with the ARPA funds or Spark funds here locally. So we were able to get the $11,000 to paint the courtroom. You can see it, I don't know.
They're working on
Not
it.
torn up, but it's definitely, I would be the world's worst painter. There is a ridiculous amount of prep work that goes into that. That just sounds miserable. And do you remember, I believe your installation date is scheduled for October 11th through the end of that week. So
I
we
think
did commit earlier to doing the acoustic panels, the $26,500 for those, and then bringing in the ADA compliant hearing assistive devices. My fault for not combining everything the very first time I was here. I'm typically reasonably efficient. I definitely missed the bus on this one. So I did bring a completed